The graph, ticker code GRT, is the next cryptocurrency I'll be reviewing today. This is another one of those cryptocurrencies that have pretty good fundamentals, but the chart is sort of telling me a different story. I've said that with a few videos of mine now, and that's just how hard it is to find good cryptos. Everyone just thinks their crypto is the best. This is going to be changing the world. You're all going to make millions of dollars with this one crypto that's going to overrule all the other cryptos. But one of the reasons why I decided to do chart analysis, and one of the things that made me think about looking up in chart and getting good at a chart, was that I needed a way to find out how to pick apart each crypto from each other. Everyone just compares their crypto to the US dollar value, and people will tell you, once Bitcoin goes up, I'm going to make lots of money with my crypto and I'm going to be millionaires and I'm going to retire. You're going to see how many of those people are going to get burnt just because of how many bad cryptos there are. We are very spoiled in the cryptocurrency asset class because Bitcoin and Ethereum just pick all other cryptos up. But instead of me making say 30, 40% on a crypto, I want to make 80, 90, 100%, 300%, 400%, whatever that number is. I'm looking for the best return possible. And that's what made me want to pick up chart analysis and understand it. So with all of my videos, I go through the fundamentals and I go through the technical analysis, but I spend maybe 2/3 of it on the technical analysis. And that's the reason why for me to be able to pick apart one crypto from another. That's a very long-winded intro. For the new people out there, welcome to my channel. I'm the Crypto Diet. I'm currently doing my master's in economics at Monash University. I'm about 2 weeks from starting my new semester and I am already crying in my sleep. I'm also working in the banking and finance industry here in Australia, and it is my goal with this channel to make every single video I do about cryptocurrency with honesty, respect, and unbiasedness. This is not a pump every single coin to the moon type of channel. If you like the sound of that, give me a like, give me a subscribe, hit the bell notification, because we're going to need it during these crazy times. But without further ado, we'll cover the graph's fundamentals, just the basics of it to wrap our head around it. We don't have to go too crazy, and we're going to spend most of the time on the charts. We'll compare it to Ethereum, and we'll also compare it to the USD value, and we'll give some price predictions as well. So without further ado, let's get started with the graph. So what is the graph in its most basic sense? Well, basically it's an index. So this is more for the coders out there, the people who are really developing their own protocols, particularly on the Ethereum network, because this is really where this is targeted at. If you're a developer and you need some information, so say this block of information, this code right here, and you need information, it can be very tough and challenging to find this information yourself. So what the graph does is it helps index it. So the next people who are looking for this piece of information right here, they'll be able to find it more quickly and easily. That's a very general and basic sense, but because you have to remember that Ethereum is highly used, it's completely overrun by demand at this point, which is why the gas fees are so high. So anything that can help speed up that process is going to be a good thing. And the graph, while it's not exactly a increased transactions the way Matic is, it still helps with developers who are trying to code on the Ethereum network to be able to get access to the information they need quickly and efficiently. They're also on Filecoin as well to help further indexing important information and content. And you can see right here on the website, they've got Nia, who's a hosted service, Polygon, you've got Moonriver, you've got Phantom, you've got AVAX, which was really impressive to see, Aurora. So you've got some really good partnerships happening here. So who is in charge of picking this important piece of information that needs to be indexed? Well, it's all about the token holders and who holds them, of course. So you've got developers, you've got the indexer who actually puts the content in the index. You've got the curator who actually finds the piece of content information. They give it to the indexer and the indexer indexes it. And then you've got the delegator who is in charge, of course, with delegating the network and the protocol itself. All of these are used by the graph's token, GRT, which is used to incentivize indexers and curators and delegators who will be rewarded with that token. How many tokens do they have in supply? Well, according to Live CoinWatch, they have 10 billion tokens supplied, with a currently circulating supply of almost 5 billion, as you can see here. And it is ranked number 55 according to Live CoinWatch. Now let's go to coincodex and let's compare them to its Ethereum value. So I know it gets very repetitive hearing me say this, but I just have a routine and I follow that routine. As you can see here, I compare all coins to Ethereum and I just ping it all to that value because you're able to see which coins can beat Ethereum. So you can see ADA has really struggled against Ethereum badly. Solana's starting to struggle a little bit. So this is just a very quick way for me to filter out the results. There's 10,000 cryptos. I obviously can't check them one by one. So this just helps me be able to quickly have a quick glance at it. Because if you're not outperforming Ethereum, to me, buy Ethereum. Some people don't like Ethereum because of their gas fees. That's fine. I don't care about that. All I care about is me being able to sell it for a higher price and make a profit and increase my financial position. That's all I care about. Now let's have a look at where GRT is, or the graph. So you can see here it's ranked number 61 according to coincodex, and already you can see, just look at that, a sea of red against its Ethereum value. So 1 year against Ethereum, it's down compared to Ethereum by 88.52%. Year to date down compared to Ethereum by 21%. 6 months down compared to Ethereum 51%. 3 months losing value to Ethereum by almost 40%. You can see it's ticking over as I'm saying it. and 1 month underperforming to Ethereum by 22% almost, 7 days losing value to Ethereum by about 12.4%, 24 hours underperforming to Ethereum by about 4%. So this is not a good look already, and I'll show you how bad this can look on a chart. And this is why it's very important, because some people will tell you, oh, well, the market's down, the market's down. But look at this, right? These coins, I don't know them, but look at some of these coins that are outperforming Ethereum. Look at CRO, outperforming Ethereum. Look at SHIB, outperforming Ethereum. Look at AVAX, you know, a bit of a tight race at the moment, but you can see 6 months it's outperformed Ethereum by a pretty healthy mark as I click it there. So some people think, oh, you know, of course we're losing value to Ethereum. Of course we're losing to Bitcoin. We're in a bear market. Of course we're losing value. But no, you can see right here that there are good coins that are outperforming these top BTC and Ethereum pairings. And this is what you're going to want to look at when you start to want to get into them. So, you know, you can see SPA, you know, okay, this is outperforming it, so I might check this out. So it's just a way for you to get further information about which cryptos are strong and which ones not. You can just see a sea of red, how many coins struggle compared to Ethereum during these uncertain times. Look at Secret. I did a video on this one, outperforming Ethereum, and I did a video on that one, and I really like that one. So there are cryptos that do outperform these top cryptos like Bitcoin and Ethereum during downwards time. And if they're outperforming the Ethereum or Bitcoin during a downwards time, I've got news for you. They're going to really do really well in the bull market. Nothing's guaranteed, of course, but I'll put my money on it. Okay, so let's open up the charts and have a look at how the graph or GRT is playing out at the moment. So we can already see the all-time high it put in was the 12th of February. That was around almost $3, so quite impressive there, but already you can just see a massive downtrend. And one of the things you really want to look at with your cryptos is you want to always aiming for all-time highs. You want them continuously pushing for all-time highs. This is why Bitcoin and Ethereum are not as bad as people think, because they were always pushing new all-time highs. Almost every year, Bitcoin's doing a new all-time high. Same with Ethereum. And these other alts are not doing it. So these alts are really, really struggling to get some demand and some push behind them to start topping it, which means that if you bought on the 10th of February or the 12th of February, you bought GRT, you would have been down hugely, massively. And even mid last year, or the second half of the bull run last year, you would have been nowhere near where you needed to be to even break even. You still would have been down another 55% almost, call it, from your all-time high. So it's just the margin of error. Sure, if you can time it and you can make some short-term trades, awesome. We'll get to a short-term trade that I was having a look at with GRT shortly, but you need your coins to always be roaring, trying to put in new all-time highs. I don't care what coin it is, and GRT has struggled. Second red flag, we can see here the low that it put in on the 21st of June. Some cryptos bottomed out in the 21st of June. Most of them bottomed out around the 21st of July last year. And most bad cryptos are finding support around that. They're a little bit above it at the moment, but you can see with GRT, if I can clean it up a little bit. Now that orange line is the support line that we found, and you can see GRT broke it, and that was around that 42-cent mark. So not a good look, broke through it, found support at least beyond that point, but not a very good look at around 34 cents. Not a good look at all. The other thing you want to have a look into is look at the volume, massive sell-offs, and you really want some green volume, some really nice green volume coming in during this bounce back, because I'm going to show you some in this video of cryptos that bounced back and had good volume behind it. GRT didn't. So that's another red flag. You're not seeing institutional money. You're not seeing big money coming in buying GT. You're not seeing them buy GRT or the graph at the moment, which is a bit of a shame. Now let's have a look at some where we currently are. So on my fib extension tool, we're at the 50% mark, bouncing off it pretty much perfectly. You can see how good this fib extension tool can be if you use it correctly. And then if you look at the major 50% zone, that's the retracement, is at almost 84 cents, call it, which is quite a leg it has to go through to push. So what do I say in all of my videos? Some people say, we found support, but they're not thinking how many resistance barriers it has to go through and push through all the selling order to keep pushing through to all-time highs. This is why you want volume on your side, because if you have volume, it can help it get to those high prices that you want to get to. But you can see not many high volume days, and it's not a good look. And I mean, the last high volume day we had was on the 27th of November, before we started to get hit badly and get hit pretty hard. So not the best look. In terms of short-term trades, this is exactly what I was looking at. I wish I opened up the chart earlier. I probably would have got into this chart trade, but you can see high volume, opened high, closed low, another big sell-off day. Look at that. If you can see that right there on the 22nd of January, high volume, still closed strong up high on the bar. That's a warning sign that the selling has just stopped. Another high sell-off day pretty much closes right where it opened off. another indication that selling has already been done. People have, all the weak hands have been liquidated, and now we're ready maybe to start rebuilding. Then we get another day on the 24th of January with another high volume day, and look, it barely goes down again. So you've basically had, 3-4 consecutive days of heavy selling with the price starting to look like it's stabilizing and some strength looking into GRT. But this is trading, guys. This is not investing. I would not be recommending anyone buy this coin for a long-term hold. It's not financial advice, as with all of my videos, but this is just how I would look at it trading. Then you start to see a bit of a green volume, not much up on it. Looks like it wants to get going on the 26th of January. High up bar closes low, not the best look, needs more time to cook a little bit. And then you start to get a little bit of an uptrend. And you could have easily bagged, I mean, even if you, played it very conservative, you could have easily made a 20-30%, about a 20% return, anywhere between a 20 to 30% return, depending on how low you bought, and just snagged it up in about a week or two. That's how the traders think. They're not thinking to hold these things. They just want to get their numbers and see you later and move. But like I said, this is not a buy and hold coin. Absolutely not. Let's have a look at some price predictions. So we know that 70 in the RSI, a lot of cryptos like to hit that. That's considered overbought territory. GRT did hit 70 in the RSI on the 8th of November and again on the 26th of October. So that would get it to 68 cents, which is about a 75% increase from where it currently is there. So a very nice profit to be had. And if we hit 80 on the RSI, that would take us to 95 cents, which is about 140% increase from where it currently is at the moment. And if we hit 90 on the RSI, that's if we get the big blow off top where everything's just mooning, that would take GRT or the graph to $1.76, which is a 346% increase from where it currently is at the moment. Don't bet your bets too much on that number. I know it sounds pretty good and everyone would love to get those returns, but just remember, guys, this has looked extremely weak. Now let's have a look at the Ethereum chart and just see how bad GRT looks compared to Ethereum. So why do I compare my coins to Ethereum? Well, you can see here, this is the chart of GRT compared to Ethereum on Binance on the daily, and you can just see an absolute catastrophe of a downfall, which means that if sometimes you might think, oh, the GRT, it 2x, it 3x, you're just a little blimp on the radar compared to what could have happened if you just bought ETH. This is a absolute downtrend. And I mean, I didn't even have to put any fib extension tools or anything like that because we're at the all-time low at the moment, guys. I mean, look how much value it's lost. The only other time we lost more value was on the 17th of December in 2020. But even then, I mean, we are really bleeding out. I've drawn my trend line just hoping we can break it. But you can already see, look at how low the volume is, putting in the low against Ethereum, battled against the 50%, dropped down, and this is just weakness everywhere. So this is again why I say compare your coins to Ethereum or Bitcoin, and you will just see how many altcoins bleed to it. This would have to absolutely go off the charts for you to make your money back compared to holding Ethereum. So just remember, guys, to always think about your coin. Don't just be biased because I bought my coin and it's my money and I'm right, you're wrong. Try to have an open mind about it. I have to do it too, right? I have to be able to say, this was just a bad investment on my part. It didn't go where I needed to go. I don't own GRT. I don't own the graph. I certainly don't plan on doing it unless it was just a short-term trade, as I showed earlier. But if you're going to buy and hodl this thing, there are much better options out there. And I mean, God help you if you have this coin at the moment, because like I said, this is only if it meets your trading and you want to trade short term. But that's just my opinion. Like I always say, it's not financial advice. I've got my next video, which is actually going to be on Polkadot. So I'm really excited to cover that one. That one's one of the more bigger cryptos I'm doing a video on. So if you like the sound of that, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you can be notified once I upload that video. There's some interesting things I'm going to say about that one too. But until then, take care, everyone.